and welcome to the latest Sunday showcase. Today I have a brand new product for you. Now, complete honesty with you, we're not meant to be doing Christmas today, but sadly the product I did want to do with you has been held up and we couldn't get hold of it. So instead I've managed to rush these through and get them for us to share with you instead. And I think you're going to love them, so don't worry, but it is Christmas again, but they're beautiful Christmas. What we're looking at is some layering stamps. So you may remember these from earlier on in the year. We had a very everyday style of these. Well, now as Christmas is approaching in the craft world, we've got a new Christmas edition. Now, these literally only landed in the country on Thursday, and we had them rushed here for Friday and to have them ready for you for this Sunday showcase. So the first one you're looking at here is a wreath. Now, you get 3 stamps in this set, and if you haven't seen these before, basically we stamp them and layer them so that it creates a complete wreath, but in multiple colours. So we use 3 different stamps with different parts on them to create that. I'll show you how they work in a moment, but that is your wreath set. Now, if you wish to buy that on its own, that one is $15.99. We then have a border set, which consists of 2 stamps. It's a really lovely little set, this one. I think you're going to have a lot of uses for this. This one, if you wish to buy it on its own, is $10.99. And then for your third set, we have a corner set. Now, this one again has 3 stamps in the set, and this one is $13.99. Now, you can buy all of those individually, or as this is a Sunday showcase, we do have a wonderful offer for you where you can buy the complete sets, that's all 3 sets in total, for just £30, which would make them only £10 a set. So it's up to you whether you wish to pick them individually or if you want to go for all of them, but personally I don't know how you're going to resist these. I think you're going to really love them. So let's show you how they do work in case you haven't seen these before. So each of the stamps has on it, just to help you out a little bit, a corner that's been cut off. So I don't know how well you're going to see that being clear acrylic, but there is literally a corner removed on every one of them. And they've done that so they're easy to line up. We're going to start off using the corner set, and you'll hopefully see with these that each one of them has that corner removed up here for us to work with. Now, we're going to do this using a stamp press. Now, I know there's a lot of these on the market. You can use any sort of stamping gizmo as such to work with. If you've got rocker blocks or the push down stamp presses, anything like that is fine. I just find this one a little bit easier. I know if you've been watching our Sunday showcases for a while, these are actually one of our Sunday showcase items when they launched, and I know an awful lot of you got these. They're really good for this. If you haven't yet got one, they of course are available in store. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take our stamp, we're going to start off with the poinsettia corner, and we're going to lay that down here in the corner of the stamp press, and then just bring the lid down and pick it up. Now, if it sticks to the card, don't panic, we'll just pop it down. The piece of card I'm using for this is the same size as the tray, which is actually 14.5 centimetres, just roughly for you, to give you an idea of how big the stamp is that we're working with. Now, I'm using Distress inks for this, but of course you could use any inks. I'll be using Memento one shortly to show you a different idea. Now, once you've stamped your first corner, you can then just turn your card, reapply your ink, and stamp again. Now, I'm just going to build up a frame with this. Of course, you don't have to do this. You can just use it just in one corner if you wish to. You don't have to go all the way around. I'm trying not to get any fingerprints anywhere because I'm trying to be a bit quick so you don't get bored. I'll do this one as well. Now, with Distress inks, if you've stamped with these before, you might be used to this. They sort of go a little bit more blotchy than the average ink does, but I actually quite like that effect. Gives it a bit more of a texture to your actual impression. But as I say, you really could use these with any inks. The Memento ones, when we use them in a little while, you'll notice they're more of a solid colouring, but anything's really fine. These also look quite nice if you're doing with the embossing powders and bits like that. So once you've worked your way around and you've completely done that one, we just remove our first stamp and pick up our next one. Now, this one's more sort of the woody part to the image. So we're just going to take that and lay that on top of where we want it to be. Now, because we're in the tray here, we know it's actually quite in the corner anyway, but just make sure that it's where you want it to be. Pick it up again on your top lid. And then for this, I am actually going to use a Memento colour. It's a bit small, so I doubt you're going to really notice the difference in the impression here. But it's a good colour to use. This is Rich Cocoa. So we're just going to bring that down and add them in the middle. I just love these. They're so easy to work with and give you such a perfect impression each time. And obviously you could create so many different effects with these. If you don't want to be doing this on a square, of course it could be a rectangle. I've gone off on a bit of a square tangent today with my cards. But of course, just depends what you want to do with it. Opposite corners might look quite nice as well. And just because I'm using this on a solid square doesn't mean that you couldn't be doing this on an aperture. If you imagine this around a circle or a square aperture, you could create some lovely frames and bits as well. Another one to go for this one, and then we'll move on to the foliage part. Okay, so that's layer 2. I've done a bit of a smudge there. I am trying to be a bit quick, so please forgive me that one. But hopefully you'll think it's worth it in the end. We'll just bring in our next one, lay that in place, and pick that up as well. And now this time we're going to go on to pine needles, which is the perfect name for this, given what we're stamping. So we're just going to ink up over the top of that one. Now with this one, because it's a bit more of an open stamp, it doesn't hurt to just remove the inks off the corners if you've got a bit more time, just so that you don't end up with any of that in the wrong place. And it's as if, they're not, but it's as if this stamp was actually designed to be worked with this block as if they were made by the same company. Because as you can see, this just feels that perfect size for your 14.5 by 14.5 piece of card. It's as if they were actually made to work together. But completely different companies, different parts of the world. But yeah, it works perfectly. Isn't that beautiful? And as you can see, I know I'm really rushing this and should actually be paying a little bit more attention. But how quick is this to actually create this? It looks like you've spent a lot of money, or certainly a lot of time, actually creating this effect, where really it's quite quick and simple, isn't it? And then last one for this one. Down we go again. And you can see you've created that wonderful frame quite quickly and easily. Now I've got a couple of smudges because I haven't really let my ink dry, and like the one in the middle, you could quickly cover that with something if you wanted to. But isn't that a really good effect, done so quickly and simply, just using 3 different stamps? And as you see, you don't have to be an expert in stamping at all. It's a really quick and easily achievable effect. And of course you could play about with your inks, different shades, different colours, different types. You could heat emboss elements if you wanted to. You really could go to town with these and create different effects. Now I don't think it's fair that we miss any of them out. So we'll also do one of the border ones. So let's bring those in. And I wanted to show you how you could do these on different blocks, just in case you are thinking, oh, well, I don't have one of them presses at home, and I'd really like the look of this. So this time we're going to go off to Memento ink instead, and this time we're using Cottage Ivy. And I'm just going to do one of these so you can have a little look at that one. And we're just going to go for the edge down here. Now, of course, this border can make some beautiful frames as well. So I'll show you a couple of samples of that again in a moment. Just going to get rid of that one. So that's your pine needle part of it. And now we're on to our bow and berries. So this time we're bringing in Ladybug from our Memento colours. Again with these, because the stamp does go a little bit longer, it doesn't hurt to just wipe off the ink off the ends, just so you don't end up with smudges. And then we'll bring that one over. You do have to be a little bit more time consuming with this one because you have to line it up a bit better, but not too difficult at all. And then you can see that that's how you can create your border one. So again, really quick and easy to do. With this one, there's only the 2 stamps. Again, really simple, really effective, and again, can be played about quite a lot to create different effects. And then I don't think it's fair we leave out the wreath, is it? So I better quickly show you that one. There's only 3 stamps for this one, so it won't take a minute to show you. And I think you're going to really love how this one just comes together. So we'll just wipe off some of this ink because I don't want to get too many marks on it, because it's not fair to show you it too messy. So we'll just load another piece of card in there. Get rid of that one because I've already put a fingerprint on it. And we'll pick up these ones. And again, we're just going to go for down in the corner here. So stick that down there. Again, with this block, you could, of course, put this in the middle if you wanted to. I haven't done this, actually. But it would be really nice if you was to die cut a circle, maybe, and put the wreath in the middle of the circle. There's no reason you couldn't do something along them lines as well if you wish to. Or of course this would make the perfect thing to go in the middle of an aperture card as well. I haven't done that either really. It's not till I get to talking to you lot do I come up with all these wonderful ideas. But that's the good thing with these stamps. There's just so much you can do with them. They're the sort of Christmas product you're going to be bringing out year on year and doing different things with. So that's the poinsettia layer done. And then we'll go in this time and we'll do the green one. Just line that up. There we go. Pick that one up again. And I'll pop this on. Again, we're on Memento, so this is the Cottage Ivy. But there are so many different colours out there now. So many different inks that you could work with these. Go down with that one. And then lastly, we've just got to do the little fir cones and the twigs. Pop that there. We'll bring in the brown for that one. There we go. Down we go again. And we have our wreath completed. Oh, it's trapped in there. Come out, you. And then we have a nice quick wreath one done as well. So as you can see, quite quickly, we've created the 3 different ones. And you can really see the difference between the colourways just by the different inks you're using as well. So that really is something worth bearing in mind. A lot of my examples, I'm gone for the darker colours because I really like that sort of more darker traditional Christmas. But of course you could go a little bit brighter with the lighter red and green and create an effect along them lines if you prefer. So let's just get these bits out of the way and then I'll better show you some of the cards I've made with them, haven't I really? Tempt you a little bit further with a couple of the bits I've done. So if we start off with this one. So with this one we have the wreath done on it. And this is done with the distress ink. So we've got the aged mahogany and the pine needles. And then under it, now you're going to see these on all of my cards today. This was last week's Sunday showcase. And I know loads and loads and loads of you got these. And I always think if you've got them, it's really nice if I can show you different ways to use them on different projects. And show you how you can use them with different products as well. So although we've moved on a week, I'm still harping on about these. This is still my favourite current poinsettia die, and I just love the foliage that goes in with it. So the actual poinsettia die, if you haven't got it yet, is only $8.99, and the foliage die, which gives you the holly and the couple of spriggy bits, is only $8.99 as well. And you'll see them on virtually every card I've done today. So that's how that's come about. The papers in the background, I'm going to show you lots of different papers a little later on. We have a little special offer for you regarding them. So we'll come back to them a little later. But this is one of the papers that is in that offer. I've just added a little bit of glitter to this one with just a quickie glue pen and some gold glitter. Same on my poinsettias and on the little bits up here and throughout the wreath as well, just to tie in the gold from the mirror board. The mirror board is our pack of offer again. This is your 10 pack for £3. Which makes it only 30p a sheet, which is a proper little bargain as well. That again is of course available in store or online. And then we'll move on and we'll show you another card. Just get rid of that one for a second. And we'll bring over this one. So another thing I wanted to show you, like with that one, that was printed on pearlescent card. The last one I showed you. And that was like a dark champagne. So this time I've gone for a dark gold instead, just to show you that not only does the colour of the ink change the effect you're going to get, so does the colour of the cardstock you stamp onto. So this is your dark gold one. And again, we've gone for the distress colours, the pine needle and the aged mahogany. I've just iridescent glittered some of the poinsettias just to try and tie it in a little bit more. And again, the little Father Christmas you see here and the little piece here with the hanging charm, you'll see those and the backing paper in the offer of papers that we'll be chatting about shortly. And again, we've got the die cuts done out of the same dark gold pearl card. And just added a little bit too. Oh, the bit I never mentioned, how can I forget this? In the background, the actual stamp itself. If you're wondering where that comes from, that's the corner one. So just by covering the middle, it looks like more of a full frame, doesn't it? And it doesn't steal the show. It's more subtle and in the background. I think with a lot of these, if you do them right, they actually look more like a backing paper you've purchased than something you've created. And I sort of feel that with this one. It sort of blends in so well that it doesn't steal the show, but it's a really lovely addition. Now moving on, this is a really quick one I just made. Millions of you seem to buy the crackers when we had them a few weeks ago. This was my very last cracker I had. So it's not perfect, but I wanted to show you how you could use the stamps on the crackers. Mine had also been made and was already rolled and had been for 3 weeks. So trying to flatten it out to stamp it was a bit of a nightmare. But I did manage to get it there, but it's not perfect, but it just shows you how well you could actually dress them up with these stamps as well. So across the edge we have the border one, and then in the middle we've got the wreath one. So it's just a different use for them. If you have still got some of your crackers from the showcase, might be a nice way to do it. And of course you could then make matching place settings and decorations to go with them as well. Or of course you could send out your Christmas cards to match them. That'd be really posh, wouldn't it? So this is another one of the cards. This time is just showing you the same colouring. So that's your pine needles and your aged mahogany, but this time on white cardstock. So different effect completely to last time you see them. Just by the colour in the background, as I was saying, it really does make a big difference. Poinsettias have been cut out of the dark champagne pearl card, and then I've distressed them with the same inks just to match in. I always think if you're going to try and do dyes to match, what better way than to do them in a plain colour and then distress them to match than try and find coloured cardstock to match in with it, because you're never going to get it quite right, where if you've used the same ink on both bits, you know it matches perfectly. And then we've got a bit of that gold mirror just breaking them up, the different levels in between them again. So corner stamp in this part, wreath in the middle. And I love the way they just layer together. I think they're just so nice, these stamps. I think you're going to love these. Okay, let's pop them ones back. Now this is showing you a different idea. This is with the lighter colours. So this is with your memento inks. That's your cottage ivy and your ladybug. And the brown, obviously, just for the little twiggy bits. And this time we've gone for a little bit brighter. So we've gone for a bright red and a brighter green for your card as well. And then on the inside, I've used the border to make up the insert. So if you do go for all three, this is a great way to see how you could use all three together on one project as such. Because we've got the border there, the corner here, and then the wreath in the middle. And I got quite carried away with this, so I also made a little matching gift box as well, that of course could even be made bigger to be a card box if you wanted, depending on what you wish to do with it. And again on this one we have that border piece put on the top and the bottom of the box as well. Again, the little sentiments on here and in the middle here, they're off the sheets of paper I'll be showing you shortly. So if you're wondering where they come from, I haven't forgot, we'll get to them shortly, I promise. Pop them ones back over there and we'll move around to this side. Now can you see I got a bit carried away with this week's collection? I know it's only 3 different stamps, but I just could have made cards forever and a day with these. So this is another one of our cards. Now this again is the border one, but doesn't it look different in the darker colours? Really gives you a different effect, doesn't it? And again that matches perfectly. This again is a 14.5 centimetre piece of card, sorry. And it matches perfectly in the corners with this one again. So it's a nice idea. Tags and papers again come from the sheets I'm going to show you shortly, along with the little tree and presents in the base there. And the lace is really worth mentioning. I love this lace. We do this in loads of different colours. I'm going to have to show you them. It's 99p a metre, but it gives you such a lovely effect. This is the gold one that I've used, but we also do it in a petrol blue, a black, a white, a lilac. Then over this side we have silver, purple, cream, baby pink and baby blue. So only 99p a metre. That's a really nice thing to use on your cards as well. I just think it's got a lovely rich and sort of expensive feel to it. And it's quite nice both sides as well. So if you do want to hang it off the side of boxes and things or underneath lids, that's not a problem. It's just a really nice textured lace. Get rid of that one for a second. I'll move on to our next one. So on this one, we've gone for the corner one again. And we've got the wreath in the middle. Again, we've got the same Poinsettia Dye, just inked to match in. And then we've got more of the items that you're going to see on the sheets of paper shortly, including the backings here as well. So that's another one, just with the wreath and the corner on that one. And then we'll move on to this one. So I've gone very traditional with a lot of these, but I wanted to try and do a little bit more of a modern effect, just in case that is more your type of Christmas. So this one's a little bit more blingy, a little bit more silvery grey colour scheme. This time I've actually stamped the corner one onto silver Centura pearl, so it sort of absorbs the ink colour a little bit more, tones it down, brings it more into the background a little. And then we've got the same poinsettias again, just ink to match in the same colours. So again, even on the silver, it's the aged mahogany and the pine needles, but it all just matches down a little bit. And this paper, this is one of my favourites. I love this paper. You can only see a little bit of it around the edges, but that's one of the ones I'm going to show you in a minute. And even the die here, all of the different die cuts have been done out of that paper as well, so you'll get to see that in a minute. And then if we move on, this is my last card, I promise. So this is my last one. This is the border one, and we've got the white cardstock again with the pine needles and the aged mahogany with the border stamp going on this time. All of the papers here come off of the same sheet, so all of those bits, you'll see those in a minute. And then in the middle we've got the Merry Christmas die, that's this one here. We do a Merry Christmas and a Happy Christmas, depending on which one you prefer. They're only $5.99, and that's an incredibly large die for such a cheap price. And really a popular one, that one, but it sits quite nicely in the middle of this one. I could have even inked it if I wanted to match in. So that's that one. So a couple of last things to mention before we move on to the papers is the card I've been using. So all of the card pretty much has been the dark burgundy, the Christmas green or the Christmas red. Now they're our packs of card. They're 270 GSM. You get 10 sheets in a packet and they're only £2 a pack. So they're quite a nice little product to purchase to go with the colours of your inks and that for these. But we do 30 odd colours in those. So if you did want different shades, do have a little look in store because we've got loads of them and they're on the website as well. And then I did say at the beginning I've had a bit of a square thing going on. All of my cards pretty much have been done on our new pearl cards. So these are 7x7 pearl cards. In here you get 5 of those and matching pearl envelopes for just £2. Now I've been using the oyster colour mainly for mine, which is this one. But we also have them in an ice white, an ice gold and an ice crystal. Now again, these are available online or in store, but they're just really nice cards to work with, and I love the fact you get the matching pearl envelopes. So many times you get nice cards and then you get really boring white envelopes. Well, with these the quality is all the way through, so you do get the matching ones with those. So the last thing to talk to you about is your paper offer. So, as I say, time after time we do these videos and people come in and they say, oh, I really want the papers, I really want the papers. So we decided that we'd actually put together a little packet of the papers for you. So if you do want all the papers I've used today, literally all of them, they're all in this little pack. So the majority of them are double-sided, so we're just going to have a little flick through these. So this is your first one. That's the one that's got that lovely little charm piece on that I had with the Father Christmas on. On the reverse of it, you just get a blue pinstripe. You're going to get 2 of those in your pack. Next up, we have this one. This is what I was saying earlier is my favourite. You only got to see a little glimpse of the side of this one, but I really love this. Love the really heavy designs. So that's your first one of those. And you only do get 1 of those, so you're going to have to be a bit sparing with that one. Then we move on and we've got this one. Now, this is where our little Father Christmas and you've got your little mushrooms and your little elves. They all went on this card. I don't know if you remember that one. And Father Christmas went off on a different one, but they're really cute little ones and perfect if you want to glitter them as well. You're going to get 1 of those in your pack. On the reverse we have them gorgeous snowflakes, which of course matching really well with the aged mahogany if you stamp that one. Now this one is a single-sided paper. This is the one that I glittered in the corners on the scrolls and that. Really nice to work with, and you get 2 of those in your pack, so you're getting quite a lot of that one to work with. And then we have this one. Now this is responsible for the borders and the stamps you see on some of mine. Some of the greetings as well come off this bit. And on the back we've got that black and gold sort of snowflake design that you would have seen dotted through some of mine. You're going to get 2 of those as well. And then moving on to our last design, this time we've got the pictures, a few more text bits. You would have seen the top of the postcard on one of mine as well. And then on the reverse of that, you've got the green holly effect. And in your pack, you're going to get 2 of those. So in total, you're getting 10 sheets of 12x12 card or paper. The retail price for that is just £10.50. But as part of your Sunday Showcase offer, you don't have to buy the stamps for this. You can just buy the papers on their own. We're going to give you 25% off the retail price. So it means that you can buy this pack of papers for just £7.88, which is a bargain because it means they're like 78p a sheet as such. Now, a lot of these are Graphic 45 or Fab Scraps, brands like that, which are usually £1.29 upwards. So to be getting them at that price is really great. And you can see from my cards what you could be creating with these, and probably better, to be honest. But if you want these, we only have quite a limited stock of them, so don't hang about. Do get these quickly. We think this is going to go well, so please don't hang about on that one. So that was your paper offer. So just to recap, you have your stamp offer this week. So you have your 3 different sets of stamps. We have the Wreath, which is $15.99. You have the border stamp, which is $10.99. Or you have the corner stamp, which is $13.99. Or if you wish to, you can buy all 3 of them for just £30. Now this offer and your paper offer end at 5 p.m. on Saturday, August the 5th, 2017. Please don't miss out on these. If you do want them, you can post in the comments and have them held either on our YouTube page or on our Facebook page. If you don't live locally and you'd like to have them posted to you, that's no problem at all. You can order them on our website. There is a link in the comment section, so go find that and get shopping. Thank you so much for watching this week. Look forward to seeing you all next week where we've got another new product to share with you. Bye for now.